And now to explain why I filmed going into my house and the back door, my rugs, and our collection of shoes that we have. What I wanted to show with this video is the distinction between like our culture and most other cultures and in approaching shoes in the house. And I know a lot of people don't get it when Americans will like bring shoes in the house, because I know like for many like European cultures and some Asian cultures, or at least I know for Japan, there's a big thing about cleanliness in the house and then leaving shoes in the house. And then the distinction and why Americans will bring shoes in the house is they don't, or at least in my perspective, I don't see it as very unclean, and just for the actual realistic purposes that they go towards. Like an average day of a person, they're going from their house to their car to the parking lot of where they work, inside the building, and then back to their car and back home. And then if they ever are going on any errands, all they're touching is their car, the parking lot, and the place they're going. And the place they're going is always going to be clean, and a parking lot's going to be a parking lot. And so the only real dirt is what you're going to get from the parking lot, which I guess that has to go a little bit into the car culture or whatever. But it's like we're not really tracking through mud or anything at any point during our day. The worst we can get is gum in our shoes or something like that. But unless there's like clearly you have mud on your shoes or your shoes are wet, like that's definitely like you have to have your shoes on, like leave the door on the rug or something. But in any other case, it's just it's not perceived as dirty or anything, because it's just like you're gonna just vacuum them up eventually, and it's like it's just really not like a thing like it. You walk outside barefoot and you're not scared then. It's like it's not gonna hurt you, and you can't see the dirt. It's not dirty really. So I guess that's kind of the perspective on it. Maybe I'm a little overgeneralizing. Like another overly generalization I'm gonna make is just the layout of suburb houses. If you're ever gonna go to one, like you'll always find there'll be like a rug in front of all the doors that lead out. Like I had one. There's one at the front door, one at the back door, one for the garage door, and normally when you enter the building, you'll leave your shoes there, and or often but not always, we just have like a second rug specifically just for leaving your shoes at. But for people coming back from work, or another thing from my experience is like I'll just come home and I'll have my shoes. I'll walk over to the couch and I'll just like sit down for a little bit because I'm tired or whatever. And then when I feel like it, I'll just go and take my shoes off. There's no rush because it would be me going through the garage and going to the rug. It's the same trip that my shoes are going to have anyway, and just over a different time span. And I think that just kind of goes into it. It's just not the cultural perception of really dirtiness or something, because I think back in the day it really had a real actual reason, because the streets that people were going through would have been filled with manure and stuff like that, and that's true for Americans too. But I mean, I guess maybe from a colonial society, they just care less about tracking dirt in or whatever, because everything's dirty, and when you're on a frontier or whatever. So that's kind of my thinking of it, but I mean, it also differs between countries. But nowadays, I don't think it's just more of a, like, people really pinpointing something which might not be a very problem. But let me throw out some examples of kind of etiquette to see, like, when something is appropriate and when it's not. Like, I'm often going to use the example of grad parties, because I'm recently out of high school, or relatively speaking to my peers, and so I went to a lot of them, and they're always going on, and if you have an established family here, you're often going to things like that. But this could also work for first communions, or just neighborhood parties or something like that. Or if I don't know, 4th of July party, if someone's inviting you over. But the key is, if it's like a party where people are both equally going outside and inside, like a grill out or something like that, then people will have shoes on the entire time, walking in and out, and it's fine, because it's just like they're just going to vacuum. Everyone's got to vacuum. Just vacuum up and whatever. It's just gotta rub your shoes on the carpet before you walk in, and then everyone's normally fine with it. And, like, unless it's raining, you're good, because it'll just be dry ground or whatever. But I guess when you get into other things, like if it's gonna be a New Year's party, or my mom, actually the moms in our neighborhood, they host like a dice game called Bunko, and each house hosts it for like once during the year, and it's like once a month, and half of them will have it on. Sorry, I ran out of memory on my phone, but let's pick up where I was. Half of the people at the Bunko party would have their shoes on, half of them not. But at like a New Year's party, if it's really cold outside and no one's going outside, like the only reason they go outside at New Year's would be the immediate time to walk outside to see people doing fireworks and shouting outside, which does happen. They normally have like spinner things that are noise makers, like, but normally, like, New Year's parties, everyone will have their shoes off, and but just to get back to the etiquette, to summarize, if the person who's hosting the party or just owns the house suggests, like, this says, like, if you want, this is where you leave your shoes, or you can leave your shoes here. Just that would be a thing. Like, you definitely leave the shoes here, unless you really know the people, and you know it's they sometimes allow it, but sometimes don't, or how the other person feels. Just leave the shoe. That would be definitely leave the shoes there, and just make sure, with the rugs and the doors, whichever door from the outside you enter in, that's normally where you will leave your shoes at. If you're at someone else's house, if it's your house, do whatever you want. It's your house. America, freedom, whatever. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. If anyone has any more, anything more precise that I need to go over, I can discuss it in the comments below, or if it's something big, I'll just do another video on it. But I think that covers everything. But yeah, just overall, just more of a lackadaisical. It really just depends on the household. Everyone's different, so I don't know. But hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good one.